Cathedral and Close, one of the character areas of Lincoln. As its name suggests, this area is centred on Lincoln's medieval cathedral, a landmark building visible from miles away, which sits at the top of the city's northern escarpment. The area broadly coincides with the historical area of the Cathedral Close, which in the Middle Ages grew up and consolidated around the cathedral to accommodate clergy and cathedral servants and officers. The cathedral dominates the townscape and the surrounding city, through its immense scale, of course, but also in terms of its central role in both art history and the religious life of the region. It is a key tourist destination locally, nationally, and internationally. As you look around, you can see the evidence of nearly 2,000 years of change in the character area. Much of the area was originally within the former walled defences of the Upper Roman city, founded at the top of the North Escarpment in 60 AD, becoming a colonia in 90 AD. The excavated site of the east gate of the walled city can still be seen just north of the cathedral's chapter house. The line of the wall can still be traced immediately south of the character area in some massive earthworks in Temple Gardens. From the 5th century, the city declined, but the Roman walls remained defensible, which was probably one of the reasons why, 6 years after the conquest, William the Conqueror chose to make Lincoln the seat of a bishop. In response to William's decree, a great cathedral was built in Lincoln, in the Romanesque style. Much of the western front of that first cathedral survives in the facade of the current cathedral. Look for the round arched bays and alcoves on either side of the central entrance, as well as the plainer area of coursed stone in the facade. These are all elements of the original Norman cathedral. Looking even closer, the central bay has a Gothic arch, a style which arrived in England some 100 years later in the mid-12th century. Originally, the arch of the central bay would not have risen so high as the one we see today. From 1192, following serious structural damage to the building, a new and larger cathedral in the early English style took shape. By the early 14th century, the building had reached roughly its present form. In the mid-13th century, the Angel Choir was built at the cathedral's east end. This made it necessary to demolish a large part of that Roman east wall. Special permission had to be sought from King Henry III. In order that the city should not be left unprotected from the east, in the early 14th century the Close Wall was built, which in this eastern section acted as the city's main defence. Several stretches of the Close Wall survive, including the stretch from Priory Gate Arch to Winnisty Lane, which gives a good impression of how it originally appeared. And many gateways survive: Potter Gate, Exchequer Gate, and for pedestrians, a small gate at the top of Greystone Stairs. Priory Gate, as we see it today, is built on the site of the former North Gate into the Close, but it dates to the early 19th century. Many medieval buildings survive within the area, such as the Chancery and Precentory in the west of Minster Yard. The rich array of buildings in the east of Minster Yard dates from the Middle Ages onwards. These create complex and varied building lines in the area, each house telling its own story. Though much altered over time, many retain a good deal of medieval fabric, as do the archways through to Vicar's Court and the old Bishop's Palace. The latter, largely ruined today, was built in the mid to late 12th century. Stone is a unifying feature of the character area. It isn't used to this extent anywhere else in the city, with the exception of the castle, and this serves to reinforce the area's significant role. But if you look around, not all buildings in the area are of stone. Brick was used in many post-medieval buildings to the east and west of the cathedral. Despite the great variety and complex history of properties, many buildings, whether in brick or stone, have common characteristics. Vertical windows, many with wooden sashes. Pitched gable roofs of slate, pantile or clay tiles. Cast iron rainwater pipes. And chimneys of brick or stone, many of them very large. To the rear of houses, there are often large gardens. Plot sizes vary considerably, a reflection of the area's very long and piecemeal development and redevelopment. One key aspect of almost all buildings in the area is that they face the cathedral, recognising and respecting the building's prominence. The network of passageways and doorways leading into and out of the close, as well as the close wall and its various gateways, emphasise that you're arriving somewhere very special. Once inside the close, however, there is space all around the cathedral, in the form of greens and the Minster Yard itself. This space is integral with the cathedral's setting and intentionally allows for a full appreciation of the cathedral, towering above all its surroundings. This video is one of a series exploring the sense of place of the many distinctive areas of the City of Lincoln. Explore the Heritage Connect website to find out more about this or other areas of the city. As well as many videos, you'll find a huge amount of further information there. But best of all, wherever you are, keep your eyes open for more clues to the city's fascinating history.